Thank you very much, Dean Joel Chavez, for such a very kind introduction. Chair Aurelio Montinola III, members of the Board of Trustees, President Michael Alba, university officials, esteemed faculty and staff of Far Eastern University, men and women of class of 2017, your beloved parents, guardians, fellow Tamaraos, good afternoon. I am very thrilled to be here today to celebrate such a wonderful special occasion. And why not? Because this is the culmination of your years and decades of hard work. So allow me to take you back to where it started. On your first day at the university, just passing by and just going inside the entrance of FEU was already an achievement. You just graduated from high school and you were accepted to Far Eastern University, a distinguished institution of higher learning, soon to be celebrating its 90th founding anniversary. As you walk the walkway of the campus, you must felt that you belonged to something big, something important. In my case, as I walked inside the administration building, I saw photos of people, and I know that during their time, like you, they worked like you did, they struggled like you did, and they persevered like you did. Those graduates went on to become leaders in business, in media, in the academe, in the government, socio-civic, amongst others. Those leaders went on to become good parents and good people. And I know that in due time, you, class of 2017, would also give back the distinction and honor to our esteemed alma mater. Today, each one of you becomes a part of the great story of Far Eastern University. And today, it becomes your obligation to give back to the school, to the society, and to the nation. Before this day is over, you will have earned the right to call yourselves graduates. But more than the education that hopefully you will still remember, and more than the degrees that will be bestowed onto you, I know that you will bring with you friendships, experiences, and lessons in life and living. These are your defining moments. In these life lessons, you will rely as you face the challenges of making the name for yourselves as you go beyond the gates of this university. You see, campus life, despite all its challenges, is pretty much predictable. Classes begin and end at the same time. Classes had certain sequence. And I know everybody knows that if you get at least a grade of 3.0, you will bring home the same diploma that your valedictorian will bring home today. Isn't it? But you probably know by now that life in FEU will be different. Very, very different. Often, the path to success takes many, many different routes. Sometimes the route will require you to fail. Sometimes it will require you to fail spectacularly. And sometimes it will require you to fail very, very frequently. All of you will, at more than one point in your future lives, will have your courage, your resolve, and your willpower tested. College gives you a path to follow. Maybe you've heard that navigating a career is like a ladder, not a path. But I'm going to tell you this. In my experience, navigating a career is not just a straight path. It's not even a ladder. It's a maze. Some doors are open for you. Some doors can be open for you if you knock hard enough. But sometimes, many times, the door will never open for you. But sometimes, somebody else will open the door for you. Doors you've never seen or imagined before. I took mass communications 15 years ago because I wanted to be the best reporter in the Philippines. But the line to the broadcasting industry was like a queue to the ladies' bathroom. So I ended up in advertising. Sounds fancy, below-the-line advertising, but in reality, I sold detergents door to door. But we call it BTL advertising. Armed with that skill, I knocked on the doors of United Arab Emirates, which gladly took me in. I landed as a secretary in an oil and gas company. What I thought was a clerical job was actually a door to something big. Oh, something way bigger than I've ever thought. Because the things that I've learned as a secretary has allowed me to know the very technical world of energy, oil and gas, and I was able to penetrate the business world. That knowledge gave me the ticket to travel around the world as an international business journalist, and later on, opened the doors for me to co-found what is now one of the leading publishing, media, and marketing agency in the Middle East. Consider me an Asian, a woman, and young, penetrating the labyrinth in a man's world. So, at the end, I did not become a reporter in the Philippines, but the company that I co-founded now publishes the Filipino Times, the #1 newspaper, Filipino newspaper in the UAE, and one of the leading news portals in the world. And in a recent Skype meeting, we recently opened our office in Ortigas, and I had a Skype meeting with our millennials. 6 out of 10 of our employees are millennials. And I asked them, guys, what are your biggest fears? And they gave me 2. First is the fear of being forgotten. Most millennials feel that they will be forgotten by the important people in their lives. Friends, teachers, school. You know, that's why you're always on social media. You do not want to be left behind. And they told me, ma'am, it's #sefanks. I don't know if you know it, #separation anxiety. Or they call it #how to move on best. So that is one of the biggest fears. The second fear is that they fear they are not yet ready. But let me tell you this. Yes, like me, sometimes you will question your decision, and please feel free to do so. It's okay. You may rely on what you've learned in FEU. You may rely on what you've learned on your friends, new and old. You may rely on your family. And listen to this. You must rely on yourselves. Believe it or not, you are all ready. You are in the midst of enormous change in our country. You are also in the best position to make sure that we, as a people and as a nation, continue to move forward. I believe the biggest thing that you can contribute to this effort is to let your own voices be heard. Be part of the conversation of issues. And don't just be part of the issue. Be involved in its solutions. Now, as you begin the next stage of life outside FEU, I bid you just 3 things that you must do. First, before you leave your friends and mentors behind, look around their faces and remember them. After today, you may not be able to see them again, because some of you might start your career here in the Philippines, but some of you might want to create a future in the international arena. Before you leave, take a moment to thank the people who were part of your university life. Thank those professors, those friends, the employees here who treated you with kindness and understanding. But don't only thank them. Also thank those professors and friends who may have been the greatest source of your agony in your life. Because whether you like it or not, each of them have prepared you for the next set of experiences of your adult lives. As you move on from here, treat the world with the same kind of understanding and kindness. And if need be, go out and spread a little agony yourselves, if it means achieving something that's greater and better for humanity. Now, second, before you leave the halls of FEU, perhaps for the last time, just hold up your hands and, feel the walls, feel the gates of this great institution and, feel its history. And why not? This university may have been hell many times, but it has also been your home and your refuge. The university is more than just a concrete and steel. It is alive with life and possibility. There is energy and spirit within it, and each of you contributed to this spirit. Tomorrow, that spirit will do what it has always done for the last 89 years. Tomorrow, that spirit will begin to evolve. It will take in the lives and new dreams of the incoming batch. It will retain your hopes and dreams and your tears as well, as it had taken my dreams and tears as well. It is those things that give life to our institution. That structure had made you men and women of FEU. Each one of you and me a proud Tamaraw. To the men and women of class of 2007, let us hear your voice. To the men and women of class of 2007, let everyone hear your voices. From this day forward, let your voices rise, rise, and rise some more, because as the voices of batches before you, like me, begin to fade, your voices must grow stronger every day. And third, this is my last request. Before you leave those gates, turn around and look back. This university has embraced you for who you are. So do not be afraid to shine. Your parents know this too well because they've embraced you for who you are. They saw you fail many times, and they held you up many times. Before you could even think of your future, they have already dreamed a good life for you. And sometimes, even if they want to give up, they just could not because of you. Your mother might have pawned her jewelries for you to be able to finish that project. Your father might have skipped that medicine for you to pay the tuition fee. In my case, my mom must have slaughtered 1,000 chickens sleeplessly just for me to finish college. You do not know how much sacrifices, blood, sweat, and tears that your parents had to shed for you. And perhaps you will never know. Today, let us remember those who cared for you, those people who sacrificed for you. Let's remember those people whose hopes and dreams for you are more passionate and more alive than you will ever know. Because no one dreamed so much for a new graduate than his or her parents. Earlier, I told you that millennials' biggest fear is fear of being forgotten. To be forgotten by the people who's important in their lives. Your parents' biggest fear is probably just the same. To be forgotten by the people that's not only important to their lives, but by the people who is their very life. Their biggest fear is to be forgotten by you. So today, it is your duty to honor your parents. So please rise and let's give all our best to our parents and give them a round of applause. Parents, today, your wishes have come true as well. Congratulations, parents. You made them what they are today. And congratulations, graduates. May the years ahead be the best of your lives. May you achieve your life's dreams. And in doing so, achieve the dreams of our alma mater and our nation. The future belongs to you. Thank you.